Hello everyone! Good morning, or should I say in Cebuano greetings, maayong buntag. Welcome to the Queen City of the South. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I am Mary. Together with me is Sherry, Scad, Aimee, Onin, Ran, and Neslin, who will be your guide to roam around the city of Cebu. We will be doing a heritage walk. We're the oldest Spanish settlement in the country, discovering the treasure of history and stories of Cebu. Are you all excited? Reminders to everyone, please observe social distancing and wear your face mask all the time. Our first stop will be Fort San Pedro, Plaza Independencia, Basilica Minore del Santo Niño de Cebu, Yap San Diego Ancestral House, Parian, Kulun Obelisk, Museo Cebu, Casa Gordo Museum, and our last stop will be Cebu Taoist Temple. Each destination has a corresponding tour guide. Reminders to be respectful, kind, and be participative. Always ask question because by asking question is a start of knowledge. Okay? As I check on the weather forecast today, it's going to be a sunny one. I assume you already apply your sun protection and you are wearing a comfortable shoes since we are doing a heritage walk. Also, don't forget your water. Be hydrated always. Look for your side body, that is your partner for the entire tour. For any concerns, just tap any one of us. For your safety, keep your valuable items inside your bag or hold tightly or always keep an eye on it. We are here to enjoy, but don't forget, be careful all the time. Always walk in the sidewalks or pavements. Do not forget to follow the rules and regulations of each destination. Am I clear? Say I Mary. At exactly 12 noon, we will be having lunch break between any of the destination. To give you an idea about the lunch, we will be having a budol fight. What is budol fight? Also known as kinamut or kinamut in Visayan languages. It is the traditional Filipino method of eating with the bare hands, where food is served on banana leaves and eaten without utensils. Again, reminders to everyone, please observe social distancing and wear your face mask all the time. In our first stop, your tour guide will be Scad. Scad, take it away!
Good morning, my dear guests. Let me introduce myself. My name is Scott, and I'm a tour guide for this moment. And it's my pleasure to support you during our tour. In behalf of Lakbay Tour Agency, we're going to visit our first stop, Fersa de San Pedro, also known as Fort San Pedro, and talk about the things we will see in there. May I have your attention, everyone? Are you all excited for our first stop? Is everyone in good condition? We are now here in Fort San Pedro, the oldest and the smallest fort in the Philippines. It was Spanish conqueror Miguel Lopez de Legazpi who have founded the earliest settlement and who had initiative to build this fort. It has two sides, fronting the sea and the other edge facing the land where we are standing right now, the entrance of the fort. As you can see, here fronting the sea, there are cannons installed, and while a sturdy fence of wood is placed in the front. And now, it's time for us to go inside the Fort San Pedro. Are you all excited to see what's inside? Let's go! As you can see, there are several preserved artifacts such as paintings, sculptures, items, documents, old photographs of Fort San Pedro and the founding of Cebu that features important historical events depicting the history of Cebu during the Spanish era. Do you know what time is it? It's trivia time! Did you know the fort was built to protect the Spanish settlement and to defend Muslim pirates and raiders who occasionally plundered coastal villages of the island? And wait, there's more! The original fort built right after the arrival of Legazpi and his expedition was made of wood. It was then replaced to stones and mortar to repel Muslim raiders. Everyone, I will give you time to observe and roam around the place 10 to 15 minutes. And for us to have common time, my time now is 8:10 in the morning. So by 8:25 in the morning, I will raise and wave my flag like this to get your attention and gather around to proceed to another destination. Enjoy! At this moment, I hope you learn and enjoy something from our tour. I will give you to our next cute and energetic tour guide for the next heritage. Tour guide Amy, take it away!
How was your first stop? Wow, it's nice to hear that. That's great. Let's open our eyes and see the historical Basilica Minore del Santo Niño. In behalf of this adventure, I would like to introduce myself. I am Aini, your accompany of this journey. We have to follow the rules and protocol. Keep the distancing and wear your face mask every time. We are here now. This is the Basilica Minore del Santo Niño. Come and embrace the pride of the Filipino culture. One of the famous places here in the Queen City of Cebu is Cebu City, the Basilica Minore del Santo Niño, or commonly known as Santo Niño de Cebu. In the Philippines, it is the oldest Roman Catholic church in the country, allegedly built by the spot where the image of Santo Niño de Cebu was found during an expedition. The image of the child Jesus Christ is the same presented by the Ferdinand Magellan to the chief consort Raha Humabon on the occasion of the royal baptism. The Roman Catholicism on 14 April of 1521. The place is divided to the church itself, the small store where you can buy a rosary saint, prayer's note, and other religion things. They can have a mass indoor and they can have a mass outdoor. It really fits if we experience a lot of people there. Here in Cebu, we celebrate the fiesta called Sinulog every second week of the January. It has to be done every year because it is the way of thanksgiving for the blessing of the miraculous child known as Santo Niño. We also have the fluvial parade during that day. So I have a little trivia to you. Teres, you know that the Sinulog dance is said to originate from the advisor of Raha Humabon. The word Sinulog is derived from the Cebuano adverb sulog, which roughly translates like water current movement. The dance steps used in the ritual are believed to be from Raha Humabon's advisor Baladhay, who was allegedly cured from sickness by Santo Niño. And other trivia, learning the centuries of old Santo Niño de Cebu is not dark skin. As legend had described, it was just painted black on orders of Augustinian priest, said Ernesto Benchua. Old-timers claim the present Santo Niño has a complexion different from the dark one of the ancient, said Chua, who delivered a lecture entitled Sakaraang Tao Palanga. The search of the Black Santo Niño de Cebu at the Casa Gurordo Museum on January 12. For a long time, the Cebuanos has been venerating a black image of Santo Niño. Okay, tourists, I will give you time to roam around and take pictures, and if you are done, I will whistle to gather you to proceed the next destination. Okay? Tourists, gather around. For our next destination, the Yap San Diego with our tour guide Ron. Ron, it's your time to make the tourists enjoy. Thank you.
Hello everyone, good day. I am Ran and I am your tour guide for the next two heritage. Today we will visit in two interesting places in Cebu City, Yap, San Diego and the House Parian and Colon Obelisk. The Yap San Diego, one of the oldest house in the Philippines, the house made from the wood and stones, located in the Parian Lopez Street, built during the late 17th century by the Chinese dealer from Parian Street. Do you have questions, my dear? Okay, I will give you a few minutes. Now is 2 p.m. until 2:15 for taking a picture. And after that, we will proceed to Colon Obelisk marked the start of Colon Street, the oldest street in the Philippines, established in 1565 by Miguel Lopez de Legazpi. Colon cut out from the Christopher Colon, the Spanish name known in English as Christopher Columbus. The House Parian and Colon Obelisk is a tall monument which is located right in the middle of the street and details the historical significance of Colon. At the ends of the street, there are several markets on the lamppost, which consist the information regarding the houses and the establishment which were in the area. Colon Obelisk is located on the oldest street of the Philippines. Trivia! In what year was the oldest Colon street in the Philippines built? Correct, 1565. Bravo! Do you have questions, my dear? Thank you very much. Please drink a lot of water. It's very hot today in the Cebu city. I will give you a few minutes. Now is 3 p.m. until 3:15 for taking the pictures, and after that we will proceed to our smarter tour guide, Mary. See you around.
Thank you so much, Ron. Are you guys still alive and kicking? Good afternoon, my dear guests. Once again, I am Mary, your tour guide for Casa Gorordo Museum Heritage of the Cebu City Tour. Whatever your concerns are, just call Mary and I'll be at your service. I know you are all overwhelmed with all the amazing things you just met and knew here in Cebu City. And now, we are here with a historic house that survived the two revolutions in 1800s and 1900s, Casa Gorordo. This house is named after the family who used to live here before. It is located in the old district of Cebu City called Parian. The Gorordo house was built in 1850s, originally owned by Alejandro Renes y Rosales and was built by Isidro Gorordo, merchant from Vizcaya, Spain. Also, four generations of his family have lived in this house. Did you know that the first Filipino-born Bishop of Cebu, Juan Gorordo, has also lived here? Yes, you heard it right. Casa Gorordo is a fine example of colonial-era house known locally as Balay nga Tisa, or house with tiled roof. The architectures of the house combines native Spanish and Chinese influences, which is unique to the Philippines. This cultural blending of East and West is referred to as mestizo and is definitely a character of Filipino identity. Let's go inside and know more about the house museum. This was the main entrance of the house, where the laborers, dwellers, animals, visitors, and vehicles enter. You will see here the exhibit of vehicles before the outbreak of the Second World War. The ground floor is called the Zaguan, or the Silong. It was a storage area where the family's harvest from their farm are stored before they were traded anywhere in the country and abroad. The exhibits you see here today explores the rule of the house and featuring the huge history of the Parian district, the city and the families who have lived here. The upper floor or the taas is the living headquarters of the family. The formal living room or the sala is where the visitors are led to. You will see a resemblance of ceremonial socialization, the bench hood circled furniture, and the visitors would have an impression of the family's convenience of hospitality that Cebuanos are known for. Here we could see a room of two, the master's bedroom, and an extension room if a family member gets a family already, which is normal for Filipinos. The capilla or the chapel is one of the highlights here that is not present in most traditional Filipino homes. It is really important to know that religion serves an integral part in the lives of the Filipinos. You can also observe the azotea, or somewhat like a terrace in the upper floor, where all types of gatherings are held. Did you know that it is believed that from azotea, when you look down and you see a man looking up to you, you are destined for each other? There are in-house traditions, museum-based traditions, shop, and cafe. The house is now owned and managed by Ramon Aboides Foundation Incorporated and conferred on the title being National Historical Landmark in 1991. It recently went a 2-year enhancement project to elevate the visitor experience it offers to patrons by incorporating inactivity and digital age technology in its presentation. Casa Gorordo evokes the lifestyle of a family experiencing the transformation of the Philippines from a colonial to a modern society. Within the walls and objects from centuries past is preserved for the love in sharing these treasurable stories with you. You have 15 minutes to enjoy yourselves here, and when I wave my flag, let's gather near the wishing well and let's go to our next heritage. 15 minutes has passed. Let's now proceed to our next heritage. Let's have Cherry, your tour guide for our next stop. Thank you and see you around.
I bet you are getting excited now, but before we officially proceed to our next spot, let me introduce myself. My name is Cherry. I am your tour guide for today. A little reminder for everyone before we officially proceed to our next destination: taking pictures and videos inside the gallery is strictly prohibited. Welcome to Museo Cebu. It was once called Carcel de Cebu, the provincial jail of Cebu. It is now Cebu Provincial Museum. It is designed by Domingo de Escondrillas in 1869. It was originally proposed to be the main prison by Visayan district because of its somewhat considerable size when it was constructed. The construction started in 1871. It was believed that the demolished Parian Church were used to build parts of the jail. It is used to accommodate criminals and katipuneros as well during the Revolution. During the American period, the carcel served as a stable for horses used for competition at the Hippodromo racetrack, but eventually it was used again as prison. There are 4 galleries located in 2 different buildings. You will see the Political History Gallery, the Presidential History Gallery, in the building of Museum of Philippine History Gallery. There it displays the political history of the country from the early period of Filipino groups until the present time. In the presidential corner, it showcases the Philippine presidents with their portraits and signature that is engraved in a 24-karat gold-plated metal. Do you see the wishing well over there? It was believed to be the main source of water for the prison complex of the Spanish period. Try to wish something you desire, and it will come true. It's called the Well of Wisdom, Love, and Good Fortune. To check on what you have learned so far, what is that heritage that was once a jail and now a museum? Wow, that's great! Thank you for your cooperation. My dear guests, let's gather at the entrance. When you see me raise my flag, as we will ride the bus all the way to our next destination, my time here is 4 4 o'clock. I will give you 20 minutes to explore and observe the museum. By 4:20, please be at the entrance area. Please be mindful of my reminders. Enjoy roaming around. After that, we will proceed to our next destination. Let's have Oning, your tour guide for your next spot. Thank you and see you again.
Thank you for that, Cherry. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nino Dionio, and I will be your guide going to your last destination, which is the Tawas Temple. But I am not your tour guide in Tawas Temple, okay? Before that, first of all, please fasten your seatbelt and enjoy the ride going to Tawas Temple. Are you all excited? But before that, we will pass by in our route. We will be passed by to the famous establishment, schools and universities that make significant to Cebu. Are you all excited? Okay, let's start. Well, in your right, you can see the University of San Carlos, one of the oldest college in the Philippines and in Asia, ranked as the top performing universities in 2008 to 2019. In your left, you can see Abiliana National High School. It is the first provincial high school in Cebu. While in your right, you can see CENU, which means Cebu Normal University. It is one of the oldest educational institution that produces top student in board exam. It is also centered of teacher development and center of nursing excellence. You can see ahead of us, that building is Crown Regency. It is famous for its skywalk and it holds the the tallest building built outside of Metro Manila. Welcome to Fuentes Circle. A couple of minutes from now, we will be our destination, okay? Welcome to Fuentes Circle. It was built in honor of our late president, which is Sergio Osmeña. And the fountain, you can see inside, it was inaugurated of the city new water system. Well, in your right, you can see Rizal Museum and Library, which is dedicated to our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal. Inside, you can see rare books of history and culture of Cebu. Maybe if you have time after this tour, you can go there and, read some books. Ahead of us, if you can see, is the Cebu provincial capital. The structure of it is patterned in U.S. Capitol, or it was inspired, where the Cebu provincial capital is the office of our Governor Gwendolyn Garcia. Okay, we are now in Lahug. A couple of minutes from now, we are in our destination. Okay, if you can see in your right is the University of the Philippines, Cebu. It is also one of the top performing university in Cebu. In your left, you can see the La Vie Parisine. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it is La Vie. Okay, it is famous for their wine and their food. Maybe if you have extra time, you can drop here by
You can drop there by and drink some wine. Okay, the next one is the Church of Latter Day Saint. If you can see in the top part of their temple, you can see the angel. It is called Angel Moroni. They said it is coated in pure gold. Oh, see, it's not. It is very interesting, right? All right. A couple of minutes from now, we'll be in Tawas Temple. Maybe 3 or 5 minutes from now. Okay, we are now in Sudlon. A little bit of trivia. Sudlon, it means enter or to enter. Okay, we just arrived to our last destination, which is the Tawas Temple. I will give you now to Nessie because Nessie will be your tour guide. Enjoy your tour and see you around. Bye.
Thank you, Anin. We're here at our last stop, Cebu Taoist Temple. If you're interested in Eastern wisdom and wants to be relieved with fresh air with green landscape, this temple is for you. Just a reminder, please observe silence at all times and do not take photos of the altars, prayer rooms, and statues of gods. Alright, let's proceed. Taoism is a religion founded based on the teachings of Lao Tzu, an ancient Chinese philosopher. Way back, Chinese traders and early Chinese immigrants brought with them their Taoist belief and established this community. The temple was built in 1972 and it has a peculiar Chinese-style architecture and has an appealing artistic design and that became a famous religious site. As you see on the entrance of the temple, it is a replica of the famous Great Wall of China. Inside, you will see temples, chapel, library, souvenir shop, a wishing well, religious figures, dragons, and paintings that can help you unwind for a while. Plus, you can overlook the city and the blue water diving capital, the Mactan Island. Did you know that in Taoism, green dragon symbolizes good fortune and energy? Have yourself a picture of the green dragon and hold that good fortune with positive energy. I'll give you 10 minutes to observe around, throw a coin on the wishing well, and make your wish come true. My time here is 5:10. I hope we have the same time. Do we? All right. I cannot use my whistle here since it's a sacred site, but when you see me waving my flag, my green flag, let's gather around on the entrance area so we can pull back to your hotel. Also, if you wanted to buy some gifts, souvenirs, or the local delicacies, we can drop by at Tabuan Market. Okay? Enjoy! We've come to the end of our tour. We have visited the church that marked the first Christianism of the country, the sites from the Revolution era, the culture of the Cebuanos way back, how we embrace others' culture and beliefs, and the remains that made Cebu a rich historical landmark. From Fort San Pedro until Cebu Taoist Temple, what attraction leaves the most impression to you? May we know why? That is so nice to hear. Knowing that you enjoyed, might as well you get to know what the Queen City has to offer. Indeed, Cebu City has really a lot of things to enjoy, and we're so happy to have you introduced in one of the grandest historical city. May we have Scott to give you our appreciation remarks, and also please see your email inboxes as I have sent to you the electronic evaluation form for us tour guides to know your experience and apply future improvements for future tours. Scott, please do the honor.
We are now in your hotel. We had a fun day with all of you. We are very grateful to have such an amazing and kind guest like you. We hope we did it right to make your tour a memorable one. Thank you for trusting us tour guides in behalf of Lakbay Tour Agency. We don't want you coming back empty-handed. We want you coming back with a head full of learnings about our rich culture, heritage, and history, and moments of beauty in Cebu City. Never stop exploring, dreaming, and discovering. Thank you and good evening. Daghang salamat ug maayong gabi in Cebuano language, and we hope to see you again.